Hello, everyone. I'm here today with the lovely Nisha. She's my web designer. So if you've seen my beautiful site, I have her to thank for it, and she's absolutely fabulous. So you all should hire her. She also is the head of the She Lancers Club, which I'm a member of, and it's the best online Facebook group I've been in, hands down. It's a small
Oh,
community with great content that she releases. So again, I encourage everyone to sign up. Any more you'd like to say about yourself, Nisha? Where we can find you online, your site?
yeah. Like Sarah said, my name's Nisha, and I'm a brand and website designer for female entrepreneurs. And I also teach other designers how to build, grow, and streamline their businesses. So you can find me at nishawillery.com, and you can learn from me in courses and books, or work with me on your brand and website.
She basically does it all. She's super wonderful.
Oh, thanks.
So let's begin with the design element of
Okay.
your work. So why do you think people should spend the money on a designer? Why do you think web design is so important for writers or any other business person trying to promote themselves?
I think that design is important because it's important that you showcase who you really are and stand out among such a crowded industry online. There's so many online businesses nowadays that it takes a lot for your business to stand out, and design can really help you do that. And I also think that a lot of really amazing, talented creatives hide behind ugly brand and website designs. And the problem with that is that clients and customers often equate ugly or unprofessional brands and websites with unprofessional services and products. So if you want them to hire you, then you need to show them as soon as they land on your website that you are a pro, and that will help them towards inquiring with you and working with you.
I found that's the case with my website, and also as a writer, I've gotten
Yeah.
gigs from people and just been hired as like from different publishing companies just because they looked at my site and looked professional. So it's really key, even if you're not like a business owner, but more of an author, which is still a business, to consider like really good web design.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, we shouldn't, but we all judge a book by its cover. And so we have to make sure that our outer branding reflects the standard of our work.
And what would should people like kind of questions should they ask when hiring a web designer, or certain things they should look for in a person's portfolio?
I think that when you found a designer that you want to work with, you should see if they've ever worked with an author before, because who they've worked with often determines whether you want to work with them as well. And also ask them about the timelines, because you may want something done really quickly and they may take a month or longer. So make sure that you find someone that sort of works on the same timelines that you want. And also make sure that you ask them about the process. So, how does the design process work? Whether they use a project management system, because then you'll know that you'll both be able to communicate really easily and effectively throughout the process, which is so important. But yeah, and also ask the designer. I think this is really, really important. Ask your designer if there's any training in place after the design process, because if you're a writer, you aren't necessarily going to be amazing with websites, because that's not what you've trained yourself to do. So once you've finished working with a designer on your website design, you really want to make sure that you have some training in place or some tutorials or something that will help you maintain what you've paid for in the first place.
I know with me working with you, it's been a lifesaver having those Squarespace
Oh,
tutorials. Like, I was like, how do you put a newsletter button sign up on your site? Then I just went to the tutorial and it was there. Like, it's been huge having that. So I agree
yeah.
with you. People should definitely consider that.
Yeah, it really does help clients if there's some training in place that will just help them to move forward with what you've created for them. Definitely.
Yes. You've also done some books to
As an
translate
ebook,
it.
sorry.
You have one ebook.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you were maybe working on one, but you have one ebook now.
Yeah.
So what's the process like for that? What is it about? And what was it like writing it, designing it? Like, how did that whole thing go down?
Yeah, so I have Social Splash, which is a 100-page ebook, and it also comes with like audio interviews as well. And I actually took this method from, I think it was from buyregina.com. There's like a book on her website that's all about creating your first info product. And Social Splash was the first thing that I'd ever created. So I started off with the method that was inside her book, where it said to set a timer for 15 minutes and write out every single idea that you have for chapters in the book. And then I spent another 10 minutes removing the ideas that I wasn't so keen on. And then in the end, I typed up everything that was left into a spreadsheet. So then I had all of my chapters and my ideas for the book ready to go. And yeah, and then I did some market research to make sure that there was nothing else floating around that I'd forgotten to add into the book. And then I had my outline, and I just from there went on to just write a bit every day so that it wouldn't overwhelm me or anything. I just wrote a couple of pages each day until it was done.
That's awesome. I especially like the idea of like the timer is really helpful to people,
Oh
and
yeah.
also a little bit each day. So you're not like, I have to write the whole book in 3 days straight.
Exactly, exactly. And for me, it was so life saving because I'm the kind of person that will procrastinate so much. And when it comes to deciding for content to go in a course or a book, I would just take way too long just deciding on what should be in the book instead of actually writing the book. So to set that timer and just give myself a time limit on when that should be done was really helpful to me.
You also mentioned that it's about social media. So do you have any tips for people you'd like to share about how they can promote their book with social media or their business at all? Is there certain platforms you recommend and certain ways to use it that would be helpful?
Yeah, I mean, particularly for writers and authors, I think Facebook groups are going to be absolutely amazing for that type of entrepreneur because you can find groups of all kinds of people. You can find groups that are made up of authors, journalists, writers in your area. You can find groups for anybody. So my biggest social media tip would be to find a Facebook group of the kind of people that you're trying to target, and then just connect with people in there and make sure that you make your name known in there, that you establish your expertise in there, and just make sure that you make friends with people in that group because it's amazing the kind of connections and collaborations that can come when you just spend some time mixing with other like-minded creatives in a group like that.
That's amazing. Yeah, I found I've gotten many clients and like just connected with different people who connect with me, different publishers just through Facebook groups. Especially yours is
Yes.
amazing. Like I love yours so
Oh,
much.
oh, thank you. I love it too. I love Facebook groups in general because it's just been one of the best places that I've found clients and also made really good friends too. So I think that they are just so, so valuable to any kind of creative business owner. Definitely.
And if people want to connect with you like through social media, like want to chat, like send you a note, is there a platform you do like Twitter or Facebook that people can reach out to? Like what's your handle? How can they find you?
Yeah, yeah. I'm mainly on Twitter, and people can find me at Nesha Designs. But they can find me at that handle on Instagram, Twitter. You can follow along on Pinterest. But I mainly chat to people on Twitter.
Thank you so much for chatting with
Yeah.
me, and everyone should go talk to Nisha right now. She's amazing. So
Yeah,
thank
come
you
say
again for
hi.
being on.
Oh, thanks for having